Hello, everybody. Sounds like audios and we're seems like it might be a little choppy. Let's see here. I guess it's not too bad. Not too bad. Test one, two, three. Okay. It looks like we have another stream going on, and we'd like to get this going here. Okay. So we're going to talk about a little bit of news here. We have some interesting articles to discuss. First off, we're going to talk about an article here from The Verge. Let's see. As you can tell here, there's something called the Midjourney AI generator, and the cool thing about it is that it, um, is a cool tool, but it's unfortunate if you haven't tried it out, then technically there's a chance that you're not gonna be able to test it out because they had to stop the free trials, and with stopping the free trials, that's, an unfortunate thing, but happens just because a lot of these tools get, flooded with the amount of actual usage. And I mean, this is an example of one of the images that you can get from Midjourney, which is pretty impressive. Obviously, just kind of what they're guessing things would look like and how they would operate and appear. Okay, and you can see some stylish jackets with the Pope too, or things that you can create in Midjourney. So pretty cool things, and it's interesting that you more than likely you're not going to be able to try it out with the test. But according to this article, there should be some positive usage, or at least you more than likely will be having to pay for the solution. Um, and they're saying that they're trying to figure out how to bring free trials back. A lot of the times, even like with ChatGPT, these systems happen to be, crashing just with overuse usage. So it's one of those things that these tools are kind of crazy, but they are, out there and seem to be growing nonstop. And moving on here to some more news that we might have. Let's see. From is the fact that Amazon just opened a new service called the Sidewalk Network for anyone to build connected gadgets on. So it says this long range, low bandwidth network can give any Internet of Things device free low speed data, which is pretty interesting. So this this new solution from Amazon, it's interesting that they're actually going this route, and it looks like you can actually see it through this person that tested it inside of South Carolina, and it's saying that you can get this test kit as well. And then on top of that, this does remind me of a lot of the services that you can start utilizing that are out there. There's a couple actually cryptocurrency solutions out there that are similar to this. So it's interesting that Amazon is getting into this. It kind of gives you the sense that these networks are going to become bigger and bigger, and you'll start being able to either have, let's say, even like sensors that are sitting out in the wild, or anything even as far as, I don't know if they explained it for here, but you can use like cameras that are on solar powered panels along with battery packs that just need to get the video service through. I know that you can do this a lot with the cell phone providers, but on top of this, this will be kinda utilizing, these devices that are in, different locations and buildings and, businesses, and, um, here it's talking about the Ring and the Echoes doing this similar service as well. So it's kinda interesting that you can, have this out there, but be aware that this is just one more thing that either can be, kind of, hijacked or technically, um, you know, something to watch out that, what could be one more issue or one more cool thing that's available if you don't have the ability to, um, find a location, and you can kinda use this equipment with this mesh network in a way. So, pretty interesting stuff. More information here on the tech side of things, which is pretty interesting, is that Amazon is possibly starting to flag items that are always returned. And I guess it's an interesting thing to note because a lot of the times something might sound good or people might buy a lot of it, and it turns out they get returned within the 30 days. And eh, I guess what occurs is that there'll be counterfeits or fake reviews. So sometimes when you go, I always recommend that you go to Amazon and you read the reviews, because in the reviews you'll notice that um, pretty much there could be, reviews for different products, and they somehow switch the product on the same page so that it has really good reviews, and then they force you to actually, or they make you feel like it's legit. You purchased it, and it turns out it's nothing like it. So if you read the reviews, you'll notice that certain things for, let's say, technology, start referencing clothes or referencing something else that doesn't have anything to do with your product, and you know that maybe it's fake, but it sounds like pretty much they're going to start putting flags on that so that they could stop wasting money. Because really, when it comes down to it, Amazon mailing stuff out to you as well as returning it is kind of a, waste of money all around. It probably increases all the fees and charges that they actually um, send, or have you pay as a consumer. So just one thing to note and watch out for. And that's just, kind of an interesting thing that hopefully might help people when they're going to buy things. So, and we have some more information here. So we, let's see here. Probably watch it online, and then of course it's in person. See that they're trying to bring up all this new gear and equipment that you'll be able to see and hear about. Could unveil, as they say here, the new AR headset, which is pretty sweet if that occurs, because they're trying to make them, as competitive as the current units on the market. And on top of iOS, and so being out, be aware of that. I'm sure there'll be a lot of that on June 5th. So, okay, and obviously, time coming up, even though it's not really technical, even though you can do a lot of your taxes online, right now, it looks like some states have actually received extensions. So if we kind of look down in here, let's see here. Actually, it's interesting information here that 72 million Americans have already filed their 2022 federal tax returns. Usually they'd be due April 15th. So let's see here what they're saying as far as, let's see here. I guess it's saying here Tuesday, April 18th in this case, and that's because April 15th is a Saturday. And then on top of that, it looks like New York has until May 15th, Mississippi has until July 31st, and Alabama, California, Georgia are good until October 16th. So that's nice for them, especially with these disasters going on. It's kind of crazy. And uh, let's see here. All state taxes obviously are listed here a little different, and it shows you here Iowa, Virginia, Delaware, and Louisiana are sometime in May. And lucky for these 9 states, which I did not know, uh, we got Alaska, Florida, Nevada, New Hampshire, South Dakota, Tennessee, Texas, Washington, and Wyoming have no state income tax, which is amazing. So that's pretty interesting to see. And obviously, you can always file for extension. I don't know if people know that, so it's just kind of in there, as well as expecting your refund. It says, oh, the 21 days. So I don't know about 21 days. That would be kind of nice if it was it'd be pretty like trying to it all over the place. It's talking about the mixed reality device already in the works, and the logic here is obviously again from the conference. They're looking at these other unit L as their competitors, and the staff is divided on whether this headset should launch now. Affected. So I guess it all has to depend on what they're thinking about. And this is kind of crazy. If it's could be as much as $3,000, that's a little up there. So be aware that if it comes out, and so I don't know if I'm into that being 3,000. What happens with it, and I'm sure that uh, I'll fine tune it, and make it better and better, and we'll see how competitive they get with that. Okay, and then here we have some information on Roku TV sets, pretty possibly up to $200 off. And let's see here. Looks like it's at Best Buy, and it's kind of nice to see that. And I guess they're starting up their TV rather than having a Roku unit in there. Let's see. Yeah, if it will be, I guess. And there's a bunch of details here. We'll include all these articles in the description that we can read all the details about it, and kind of go from there and see if it's a good deal or not. I don't personally use Roku myself. I use a lot of devices, TV, if needed, or possibly using that device or trying to stream from a phone. But Roku, okay, and so Roku is growing and pretty huge, I guess. And I guess this TV is available on Best Buy. So it's called the Roku 24-inch Class Select Series HD Smart Roku TV. So kind of interesting. Uh, and so you can get an open box version for 106 from Best Buy. It's pretty cheap. So really good prices on the actual um, Roku TVs, I guess. Okay, and then we're going to switch to some information. The Blue Yeti um, solar generator and B80 battery. So this is a big thing that's actually out. And a lot of companies are selling these type of units. In this case, this is a really small or compact solution, and what you can essentially do with this is charge it up with the while plugged into the wall, or you can actually charge it up using solar panels outside, if you wanted to, which is kinda nice, and then at that point, you can use it if your house loses power, but this is saying that, this unit generator with the battery is the most portable to date, and this is a pretty big powerhouse as far as these units. A lot of these guys test them and have videos on YouTube, as far as how good they are in RVs, which is pretty awesome. And so the big thing to note with this is that they are getting better and better. And if you have a power outage, depending on the units you get, there's other huge units out there that allow you to actually, um, you know, power your whole house with them as well. But this is something to be aware of. You can get these, kind of all over the place online or even from Amazon, but they're pretty sweet devices. So, um, and there's a bunch of units like I guess there's the Jackery Giant that you can get that's a common unit that's now pushing a lot of, their items. There's the Anchor makes a bunch, and it's escaping me what the name of the big one that's kind of a EcoFlow. So the EcoFlow Delta, I just wanna bring that up kinda not to get too off topic, but EcoFlow is the huge unit that is kinda like more set up for home use, not like extremely technical to have to be able to get them and use them in your house. But these units are pretty cool. So see in this picture, they are actually feeding the power from this back into the house. So it's pretty cool stuff that you can do, and you can also daisy chain them, I believe. So there's a bunch of YouTube videos for this Delta Pro, for example, where you can even daisy chain them together. You can keep them charging throughout the day or night. If you plug them into your wall and or during the day, you get these solar panels right here that you can see and just charge them up. And so it's pretty cool. And there's even some videos of people getting them and actually connecting them to their Tesla for the purposes of charging it on the road if you need to. But it's a matter of maybe one, let's say you get like I don't even know if it's 2 or 3 miles possibly with this, and it takes quite a while. I don't know if it's a couple hours to charge it, so it's not the most optimal way to charge it. But if you're stuck and you need to get somewhere, it's not bad if you happen to have it again. But either way, it's really good for using multiple units. I think Jerry Rig Everything has a video where he powers his whole possibly like work um, area or build a separate building for his house, on the outside of his house to power it up and ensure that it actually um, gets backup power. So it's pretty cool, pretty neat stuff there with that. And I think it's actually we'll just go right to YouTube and show you those if you're interested in them because it's pretty interesting videos. Looks like we have a little bit of a delay. You can see here we have this. So this Jerry Rig Everything video that he did a year ago, he put these solar batteries on the top of his like I think this is like the work area or house that he has outside, like a barn or something like that. And I guess I don't see his EcoFlow video, but this is kind of the idea when you start seeing these guys like daisy chaining them. And I believe so. I'm sure there's one for Gary Everything. I'm just probably not pulling up or searching the right thing. I thought he used EcoFlow, and then on top of that would be I think Silver Symbol. Who these guys are really excellent YouTubers that provide amazing videos. And so yeah, Silver Symbol is one of my favorites as well. And he exactly shows you what he does with these units. Let's see if yeah, like right here he is shows you the unit, and then I believe he starts connecting them together. Yeah, there we go. Connecting them together shows you kind of how you put them in connection to your house, and then just charge up or run I guess your whole house on these units, which is pretty cool. and they'll show you kinda all the details, but obviously be careful doing your own electrical work, but these are just pretty sweet devices that, are impressive, and on top of that, this EcoFlow Delta specifically, you can actually use it with an app. So just like that other Blue Yeti that we're talking about, um, it's, pretty cool, powerful stuff that you can kinda assess, and, it's one more guy that has the best, videos on this stuff, and I'm not remembering what he is good for, or what his, preference is. I know he does do a lot of videos on this stuff in as far as using it in RV and testing them out all out. I don't think it's anyone so far here. Yeah, I can't find it. So I'll try to, make it maybe even a separate video on who I recommend, but they do some crazy tests. This guy is excellent as well on DIY solar power with Will, Prowse, I guess it is. He's hilarious. So he's kind of impressive as far as all of his testing. He goes into way a lot of detail with that, and he does everything from wiring everything up to different building setups to panels to testing, all that. And I think this is the one that I prefer right here, Hobo Tech. This guy too, he's really excellent as far as um, got an interesting look to him, and he's got some excellent videos on these units. So it's kind of cool to see and kind of learn the different things that are happening with solar and power as far as power storage and all that. Pretty cool. And moving on here, let's see. I'm just trying to get another link for us, but it's taking a second for it to load, or it's not going to load. We'll see. But since I have this up here, I wanted to kind of take a look at some that kind of wanted to bring up our. I kind of am looking at here at all times, just kind of not financial advice, but kind of what we're always watching is Bitcoin, Ethereum, um, and then all the way down to XRP. And so I guess I'd like to talk about XRP. It's the most, I guess, exciting one in my opinion. Pretty much the SEC case against Ripple here, and actually the leaders of Ripple as well. It looks like it should be wrapping up soon. It's hard to say full because it just feels like it's been drawn out for so long. But here we're talking about some price action occurring recently, just because of good news with the case and just people expecting positive things. But we're looking here like March 17th, we're at like 37, as low as 36 cents. Let's see how far back. 37 roughly year to date. Same thing, probably 34. So 34 cents here. And if we go and look, the all-time high back in 2018 was $3, a little over $3. And so now we're back up from, the 34 cents up to 53. And this spike, kind of just comes with some positive news. And, talking about, positive news, we personally like and prefer watching a YouTuber that's by the name of Jeremy Hogan. And what I like about his story is that was an attorney, I guess, down in Florida, and he pretty much type here. Jeremy Hogan kind of talks about the whole Ripple case, which is excellent. And he kind of like, I don't know if he specifically came up with a game plan to do that, but he just became kind of like a public figure where the Ripple um, I guess, army, as you'd call it, was pretty much just goes behind him. And his channel's name is Legal Briefs. And so he's just a pretty cool guy with the videos and kind of brings up some interesting points and funny things. So I'm a little disappointed, though. I don't know. I'm sure he won't be watching this just because we have a small amount of people watching. But if he does watch it, I just want to let him know where have you been? I've seen he keeps tweeting, but I guess him and his wife actually, his wife helped a little bit, and even his dad and family even jumped on a video or two. But he's really good, and I was hoping that he can jump in and give us some more videos. So this is a formal request to say, hey, Jeremy, let's see some more videos. So don't just say the finale here 3 months ago, because it definitely wasn't 3 months ago. The case is not done yet. So we need some more information and tips if we're done with this case or not. You know, when is it going to be? So I think that's what stinks mostly is that there. Let's look even here with his videos, and you can tell what does he have? He has 157 videos. So if we look down here, I mean, this is probably goes on for a long time. So yeah, he's been talking about this for over 2 years, which is crazy. Yeah, like, actually, I don't think honestly, he must have I think it looks like he converted his video, so it's funny that I know him for XRP, but it looks like he actually has been doing videos, so he must have found a good, niche to kinda jump in and kinda talk about the XRP case because a lot of the videos he did was pretty much on that, so yeah, so pretty good guy to follow. And his tweet, he's still tweeting him and another attorney, Jeremy Deaton. I'm sorry, um, Deaton. I can't. I'm blanking on his first name. Oh, John Deaton. So John Deaton and him are still, tweeting about this and kind of like hear about it. And then there's another one, another attorney by the name of Fillion. Let's see. Search under this will pop right up here. Yeah, James Filan. Sorry about that. So James Filan and John Deaton, as well as Jeremy Hogan, are the attorneys that are kind of covering this online. So it's kind of interesting to see them do their thing and kind of mention and give us the tips and legal mumbo jumbo that's happening with the court cases and stuff. So it's pretty interesting. And John Dean was behind, as well as all of these guys behind having a lot of people even put requests in and kind of file petition to say, hey, let's XRP is not a security, please help us out, stuff like that. So that's one thing to note. And then here, Ethereum, as I'd mentioned in some other videos, pretty much it's kind of an interesting um, I guess, cryptocurrency, and we're always watching it. A lot of the times, many solutions out there utilize Ethereum. Like if you're thinking of smart contracts in the sense where you can actually say, I'm going to put money away and I need to make this amount, or I need to, get, different or cool solution to occur. One thing to note is that Ethereum is possibly the backing behind it. So Ethereum is very much so powerful for that in that sense that you might be hearing about another cryptocurrency and it just rides on top of Ethereum. That's been changing a little bit. There's been a lot of different chains, but right now with talk from Microsoft even about them deploying a Ethereum type wallet with Edge. It's kind of interesting to see, and I thought that it was a good deal here back at. Let's see if we can find what the all time highs were. Back here was like, oh, $4,000. Ethereum was not too bad back then here in 2021, but if you were able to get in, there's some crazy times here to get Ethereum at 282 bucks, spectacular. And so now for it going to 1800 is just positive news. So and Ethereum has a bunch of different solutions out there to make money. So even now they used to be able to mine Ethereum, and that's now gone. And I used to mine Ethereum with multiple video cards, and it was pretty nice, pretty interesting. Kind of wasted obviously a lot of electricity and a lot of kind of resources doing that. So what they did was they changed to it's from proof of work, which is the mining, to proof of stake. And with it being proof of stake, the advantage is that you can just have the Ethereum, put it in a wallet, and at that point you can easily um, make money off of it if you have what's called a validator. So it's a pretty cool thing there that you can actually see and work with, and notice that it pays people that are validating the network. and just by validating the network, you're saying that, "Hey, I am able to actually, uh, secure it and ensure that these transactions are happening." So, really awesome, cryptocurrency there. And then the big one, obviously, is, Bitcoin, where there's a lot of people talking about it, a lot of crazy stuff, like someone saying $1,000,000 Bitcoin. I don't know how valid that is or how quickly that could happen, but, I feel like it's uh, a great solution here. And then I know with, the, uh, I guess there's a solution there that allows you to send it quickly using I believe, the Lightning Network. And I don't know if it's, I believe, Jack Mallers. Let's see here. Oh, Strike. Yeah, not Lightning. Yeah, Strike with the Lightning Network. Yes. So Strike makes it even faster and easier to send the Bitcoin around, makes it kind of, you know, decent, and actually makes it seem to be as fast or as quick as XRP, because XRP is extremely fast to send. Ethereum is definitely Ethereum and Bitcoin are much slower than XRP, but they're, still legit. Back in the day, the Ethereum gas prices, they call it, to send Ethereum back and forth were very expensive. And so, um, it all depends on how much is happening on the network. I think Bitcoin is back down, and there's ways to find out how much it costs to send money, or I guess, crypto on Ethereum, but it's just something to be aware of. And we are liking this recent price action going up from roughly 20,000. Let's see where we're at, 19,000. So really good, price action upward. So pretty nice. And that's that's going to end our crypto talk, I guess, at this point. Okay, so in here, back to some news from Apple. It's pretty cool. This states here that a lost Apple Watch survived hours at sea and is returned to its owner thanks to um, Find My iPhone or Find My app. I guess Find app. Yeah, so pretty much you'll notice that with this, they lost the phone, they were able to get it back, and pretty much was able to contact the person and say, "Hey, we found your watch." So it's pretty sweet. And I guess since it's water resistant, that's the key. And it's up to 50 meters of water. And it looks like with the Apple Watch Ultra, which is really very expensive, you can get up to 100 meters deep, because I guess it's made for also for diving. And so, uh, pretty cool information to find out about that. So. Okay, and then on to a little bit of Tesla news. We have a query from Electric. Tesla's on pace for a record quarter, and as you can notice here, we have pretty much information here showing that the quarter is looking good, solid performance in U.S., China, and in Norway, and the volume is helping quite a bit because all the factories are ramping up, and if the orders are there, then they can deliver, hopefully. And they're increasing capacity in California and China. And the question is, are there going to be way more customers asking for cars? We'll see what happens with that. And one of the big things here is China's looking good, and it's good all around. So that's something to note. And let's see here, and it's impressive here that in March they have top Norway sales to 7,000 deliveries. It's pretty crazy. And if it gets to 10,000, that's awesome for the quarter. So, and it looks like, if that sounds right, that means most of the deliveries were in March, which is interesting. So it looks like that he can estimate 1.8 million units being sold, which is pretty crazy too. Okay. So wanted to see if there's anyone that has any technical questions here. We can probably take them. In the meantime, we can also just talk about a couple of the videos that we have here. But if anyone has anything that they want to mention as far as tech support questions or things like that can come up, let me know, and we'll try to see if I can answer them. And our focus is really on anything IT. So if you have questions about technology, computers, using the internet, security, cryptocurrency, Apple, Tesla, iPhones, you name it. Really, we can assist with a lot of that stuff. Okay, and then in the meantime, since we don't have anything at this point comment-wise, we can go in here and take a quick look at some of the videos that we released. We'll start off here with a little bit of the shorts. So recently, we had a nice video on um, luggage tracking, like if you have a trip. There's a nice little device. You purchase an AirTag and then connect it to this Belkin unit, and allows you to kind of track your uh, luggage and make it so that you can actually know where they are, and you'll then be able to track it, make sure that they don't get lost or get disconnected from where you're at or while you're on the same plane, pretty much. So logically be aware of that. And then we also have a cool trick on how you can actually see uh, or manage two actual Amazon accounts on your cell phone. It's a pretty cool feature that you can actually take advantage of. We highly recommend that if you have to manage your account or your spouse's account. It's pretty cool. We have another video on the Linus Tech Tips hack. Pretty much with that, the big things to note. Obviously, this has a little bit of information, but we could probably make a bunch of videos on this. And if we make a bunch of videos on that, we would technically um, go over all the different things that happened to him as well as many other YouTubers. It's kind of crazy how often this happens. And the biggest thing to note is that you need to make sure that your accounts are extremely locked down. And then the biggest thing is to watch any attachments that come into your email. And the big thing is this video mentions pretty much not to be confused or bothered. And if you're just joining us, feel free to comment below if you have any questions or tech issues that you'd like to discuss and or share the stream with your friends and family. It's pretty much the equivalent of free tech support. I don't know if if people are not necessarily seeing a lot of this. We don't have that many followers, but we're trying to help out anyone we can with any tech tips, news, technical support problems, anything like that. But going back to this, pretty much there's a video of Elon Musk playing usually when a channel gets hacked. And when that gets hacked, you pretty much have to, you see that you can't make any chat comments in there. And then they ask you to go click a link, and then they say, please send some cryptocurrency. So be aware if you see any huge stations or channels streaming YouTube Elon Musk videos, they are not legit. And then on top of that, the thing that causes these channels to get hacked is that they have to click on the equivalent of a zip file, unzip it. They're thinking they're going to get a good brand deal or some, connection where they'll say, hey, we want to pay you X amount of money to show our product on your YouTube channel. And they'll click it, they'll open it. And then at that point, instead of clicking on a PDF, they're actually executing an SCR file or something similar like an executable that has the image of a PDF. And at that point, once they do that, they've now hacked into the user's machine, and they literally then have access to the user's computer. And with that, then they can cause a lot of damage. In other words, they can do something called a session, like a session takeover, which means that the hacker is then able to grab the session, which is a session token that you have. Like, let's say I'm logged into YouTube, for example, I would have a session token that tells me that or tells the browser that I'm logged in and honors it so that I don't have to log in every time I go to that page. But the danger with that is that you then, run into the problem that you have to actually, um, get your, y you that session token can then be taken, and technically, if the service, in this case, YouTube, is legit, they should see that the session token is coming from another country in that case. So the hacker gets that session token. It should just block it, and it doesn't. Somehow it honors it. And at that point, when it's honored, the hacker can then continue working as that person or working as that, I guess entity and do whatever they want. They can actually go in and then reset your multi-factor authentication as well. So it's huge danger with that and big issues. So be aware of that. That's kind of the main way. So the goal is that the hacker wants to make sure that they get your control of your machine and make sure that they pretty much can control it and then be kind of in able to take that information and cause damage for you, and so you wanna make sure you, definitely do not do that and keep yourself secure and make sure that, that doesn't occur. And so pretty much that's the summary of that, and so I recommend that you definitely, watch that video, and then we'll probably be creating more videos on how to protect yourself and how to use something called FIDO key, which is a little bit code for the sake of getting the text multi-factor code could be also hacked as well. So it's just one thing to note. And so there's a lot of things you can do to kind of prevent all this to make it a little bit better. So that's the key. And then we made another video recently about Blockbuster making a comeback. And so the logic here is that, if for all of those, I don't know what age group you're in, but if you've been to a Blockbuster, then you're a little older uh, than let's say, younger kids are, I guess. And so there's a possibility with the website, there's some activity going on with the website. And with there being activity, it's like, wait a minute, is there something going on? There's a little bit of news, occurring about it. And so there's possibilities that they could possibly be, coming back. They might go into the actual let's say they might be into the brick and mortar stores or the streaming. So if they do streaming, I know a lot of people are disappointed in that. If they do the brick and mortar stores, it might be nice that you got to go in and have that same experience. And as one person had actually mentioned in my comments section, uh, this the website, I guess they thought it could be for the Blockbuster located in the Oregon, I guess. And so, cool enough, they have a website called Bend Blockbuster, and so I kind of want to bring it up here because it's just extremely interesting that they still exist. And for anyone out there that's pretty young, you can actually check this out. I kind of wanted to go to Oregon just to check this out, but literally here they got a good, I guess, good message here, some information for people to see. But they got merchandise for Blockbuster, which is awesome. And then on top of that, here's the store, and it looks, kind of gives you that old nostalgic, feeling here, about it. And you can read about the store. What I personally liked, I think, was probably, let me see if I can get you the uh, Google Maps of that. But they have some sweet pictures of the store as it was. And if you're just joining us, please make sure to comment below with any questions on tips, technical support, anything for free. Any questions you might have, we're here to help you out with any tech support. If you have any topic really at all, we're willing to help you. So let me know. So if I go into here, there we go. Okay. So this is what's great about this block lister here, kind of these pictures. So you can see the outside of the store. This is the inside. I mean, it looks really vintage, just like the store was before, stuff like that. And you can get in here and rent your videos, get some ice cream, I guess. They have a little, I guess, replica of the building. And so this brings back memories of kind of going in here. You're excited because you're gonna pick out a DVD or a movie, so whatever it is for movie night, and you kind of have to go there, pick what you want to get a couple things, get home and rush to get either pizza or popcorn or something for your friends, and then meet them. It's a different experience than just jump. And there's still value, obviously, in the streaming and all that, but you could just it's my kids personally, they do not understand that this is on rapid fire. You just pretty much can go and you back in the day you had to actually wait in line and get the movie you wanted, and hopefully it wasn't sold out. And it's just kind of interesting to see how things have changed and how you can kind of pretty much buy anything you want immediately, watch it. And my kids don't even know quite much about like even commercials. Like sometimes obviously we'll watch YouTube TV or something like that. We also utilize Philo too, depending on what they're going to watch. So there's a little bit of live TV, but we just fast forward it really quickly, and they're confused when we actually do have to watch something live and wait for the actual commercials to run through. And then look at this, it looks like they even have a VHS area, which is very interesting. So kind of cool. That was another video that we made, or I guess short. All these are shorts. We had a good deal on the Wise doorbell on Amazon. It's possible. Let's see if it's still on sale, because a lot of people, like, if you don't want to buy or pay for a ring, then the best thing to do would be get a Wise doorbell, because you're going to save a lot of money. Let's see here. Yeah, I think this is still on sale. So from $50 down to 40, I believe. And so, you can definitely get a good deal on this. That's the contents of that video. There's also a Wise Video Doorbell Pro, which I actually got a couple of those. Pretty cool. I did notice, and I thought that something was going on with their actual pretty much their alerting, I thought, but it was resolved, and they're always constantly doing firmware updates and making sure they're newer. And you can see here even Edge is actually saying it price dropped 20%. So that's pretty cool. So be aware of that. And some other videos that we did. Here we go. So yeah, still the stock news. That was a great video on the ratings for Moody's, how Moody's will rate stocks, and now they're upgrading Tesla from a junk level stock up. And if you're just joining us, please make sure to put something in the comments if you have any questions or anything along the lines of tech support that you're looking for. That would be great. If you have any questions, let us know. We'd like to help with anything we can. But back to this Tesla, like they're upgrading it from junk level up to a legitimate level, I guess, saying that they can actually get some better money. If they have to borrow, it'll be easier for banks to give them money. And then on top of that, it kind of makes people their mind at ease with that. So possibly more people are going to be buying Tesla stock. It's hard to say, but that can only help. This other short here we have is if your machine is running slow and you think that you might want to buy a new one. Sometimes, let's say, it's hard to say exactly number of years, but anywhere from 3 to 6 to even 8 years, some people are using the machine. If you're using them that long, you can look into seeing if you can go to crucial.com and run a memory scan. It'll tell you, usually depending on the model, it'll tell you if the machine has available memory slots or not. And it'll tell you if you actually want to purchase what you can purchase from Crucial. But on top of that, you can also just take all the specs that it tells you if you run the wizard, and you can actually buy the RAM from Amazon. You can buy it from really anywhere. So be aware of that. And this was something we just mentioned earlier about how the future of crypto was coming up with Microsoft Edge possibly including a cryptocurrency wallet, which would work with Ethereum as well. So be aware of that. And video here that I was surprised, I guess, you know, it looks like our views are all over the place, but technically this video was interesting that it didn't blow up from what I thought. But the new iPhone 15 is going to have a smallest, I guess, bezel out there, as well as like no physical buttons from what I saw, as well as USB-C. So pretty cool video. And this one is about Elon Musk kind of uh, saying that his new launch with the new spaceships had the 50-50 chance of success, which is an interesting thing for him to say. So, and then we have a bunch of older video or somewhat older videos here about Hogwarts Legacy coming out to other systems, and then charging your Tesla wirelessly might be coming out soon, which is spectacular, and a new color for the Tesla with called Ultra Red. Pretty sweet. So, a lot of videos in here that we find that you should think that they're helpful, and really just trying to help everyone out with any deals, details, or things like that. Even down here looking at this, these are some versions of some videos that we have that are larger videos, but this is an example of placing this little sticky type thing onto a remote or onto an important item, and then putting an air tag inside of it. It's pretty sweet that you can just track wherever it is, and we use that all the time. So these are just good videos here that we recommend you watch. And then on top of here, we'll look at the more long form videos that we have. For example, I have this video on the DJI mic, which is really a spectacular unit. You'll see here how it's got the lapel type thing that can clip onto your shirt, and it comes with two of them inside of the charging base. This is like an awesome mic, and I've used it already. At this video, we did it before. We'd used it on Zoom, but used it on Zoom, used it on Microsoft Teams, connected it to a computer. You can transmit wirelessly the two mics to the actual computer, to a camera, to iPhone, Android device. You can connect it to really anything that accepts even audio out from the receiver. You could also press another button on the side of these mics, and if you're just worried, you can record right on the device and then connect that with USB-C to your actual computer, which is awesome. So if you're worried that the transmitter might not receive the information or the audio from the transmitter, you can just press record and then use the recording later on if you need to. So that's pretty good. And then a lot of these kind of overlap with videos that were shorts that we mentioned earlier. So like the Hogwarts and the other ones. So pretty cool stuff. There's also, news here about Outlook for Mac is now free. So you'll be able to actually, use that on your Mac and get the latest version from Microsoft. I think there's going to be ads with it, so be aware of that. And we have a cool video here that's an unboxing of a refurbished iPad for $639. So I find this to be an excellent purchase. I'm actually using the iPad right now, and using it just to view my actual stream, make sure that it's working. And this pretty much, this unit is awesome. Got it with the purchased Magic Keyboard separately, and got it with that, as well as the pencil. And that does it really for me. Like they're really good combo. My kids love the actual unit with with the Apple Pencil as well, and they love drawing on the iPad. So I'm actually debating, I'm going to probably get them at least the units that support the Apple Pencil 2 second generation, I guess. Compatibility is what you want to search. And so in here, just because I love the pencil, not the old one, which I guess this is the old one. The old one, you have to pull the top off here just to charge the unit with the lightning port. But this is what we're looking for here. So in here, you'll see that you have to have an iPad mini 6th gen, iPad Air 4th gen, iPad Pro 12.9, and iPad Pro 11 inch. And so, of course, what I got was the iPad Pro 11 inch, I think 3rd gen, which is just spectacular pricing. for 639. I got that one, and I'm just trying to debate if I should get them. That it's a little expensive for a little kid to have. So look at like an iPad Mini or iPad Air, and as long as it's those revisions, you can use it with this Apple Pencil. And the Apple Pencil really is spectacular because nobody wants to shove this into the bottom of another iPad just to charge it and then prevent you from being able to charge the iPad. So that's a no go for me. But this will just snap onto the side of the iPad, and it's just a great setup. So I highly recommend that. And if you're just joining us, if you have any questions, tech support issues, let me know. Just pop it down below in the comments, and we'd love to help you with any tech support issues you have. Um, so, and back here, I guess that's what I would recommend you watching then, because we also go through on here on how to actually, uh, you know, unpack your iPad and put a screen protector on it. So I highly recommend you watch that. It's really good video on that, and it's pretty much what you should do with your iPhones too, or your mobile devices. I recommend getting a tempered glass screen protector from Amazon, and then placing it on there right after you open this, Uh, plastic wrap that comes from the factory. That way you don't have to bother cleaning it, spraying it, dusting it, removing smudges. You just pop it right on and it's kind of like brand new. And then let's say you do damage that temperature. I would just buy a new one, and then the same or any blankets, and just remove the damaged old one, and then put the new one back on, the new one right on into it. So be aware. Videos here will help you like using Firefox, using Chrome, really just how to use Windows properly, like even the clipboard history, which is my go-to. So when you're using the clipboard history, you're able to kind of copy multiple things as you're working on them, and then see, like, I don't know if this is on here, but we'll see if it's on this machine. Copy that, and then right click it. You can do Control C, obviously. Um, a couple people that were not aware of that. So if you do Control C, that's copy. If you right click, copy, cut and paste is also available in here, but they also are Control X and Control V. So be aware of that. And so now in here, if I were to just do Control V, I'm going to paste test 3, right? That's all I can get. Control V is test 3 once. I can just do that again. Test 3. Now, if I do Windows key V, I should be able to see the history down here. So this is what I recommend people use. It's so easy. This works for pictures. This works for, like let's say I want to go ahead and do a Windows Shift S. I can then draw on the screen a square. Here's Windows key Shift S right here on Windows. I'll do that one more time. So that added it to the snipping tool. It's going a little slow. There we go. So we'll just get this microphone here. And then same thing goes. I can just go into here. I'll do Windows key V, and then I have the pictures ready to go. So, like let's say we're in the middle of, let's see, what's the best thing we can do? Open here. Oops. That gives me the mic. So if I just do Control V, I'm just pasting in the mic. Now, if I go ahead and do Windows key V, then I can see what I can paste in. I can paste this other picture I had. I can say, well, I need to go back, a little bit further than that to test 1, or just test. There you go. So this is pretty powerful. I use this for filling out forms. I use this if I'm transferring data from one website to another. I could just copy all this stuff at once. Like a lot of the times it would be like, let's say, data entry in the sense that, you just basic stuff. You're trying to get an address and a phone number. Let's say you go to, you're trying to pop into your company's CRM an address or a person's name and information, and you go to Google Maps, you get their address in different chunks from Google Maps. Let's say the company name, you get the address, the city, state, zip. Sometimes that's it's on one line, but either way, you get their phone number. You can then just copy all of them real quick, and then paste them right in. So pretty sweet that you can paste them in whatever order you want on the next page. So this is just an example of using it. So that's pretty powerful. So I recommend watching that to summarize that. It pretty much gave you all the details in there, but it's pretty powerful. And if you're just joining us, please make sure to add a comment below if you have any questions or tech tips you're looking for, or tech support issues or problems that you're having. Let us know. And down here, then, I mean, pretty much it just goes on and on. We have how to use next level edge tabs in tab groups, which is sweet. I have a video on showing you how to diagnose your services in Windows, which is relatively technical, but pretty cool. Other things about browsers. This is a quite a bit. This is a big video. This goes over all the details on how to keep track of your remotes. So be aware of that. That's a pretty sweet video. Multiple issues or tech support problems that you have with your Outlook. Let's say your machine's messed up and you need to repair it. This is a cool video that goes over a sweet tool that you can either burn to a DVD or to a flash drive and then diagnose your machine. You can scan for viruses with it. You can do a lot of stuff. And we have a little bit of fintech stuff if you own a business, where you can learn about how to actually send free ACH through your business right here. Another one where you want to be able to have you pay for this solution, but this one is so that you can have your all of your invoices in one portal. Highly recommend that. Your customers can go in, see every invoice they had, they can pay, they can do, I think, ACH for like 50 cents. And then they can also, that would be the business owner pays that, as well as you can do I guess a percentage if they do credit card as well. And then this one is completely free right here. So this one's free and this one's free. And this one, what this does is you can give your whole team a credit card as well as access to an app. And they pretty much make the money off of you using it, because they'll just take a cut from the processing fee, which is great. It's no big deal. And then at that point, you can actually approve or deny your employees' expenses. They can put mileage in there and you can just pay them, and it'll just send it to the ACH to the employee's account. You can give them a credit card. They can pay for parking with it. They can pay for equipment that they need to get reimbursed for. It's a really good solution altogether. And on top of that, this is one of the big ones I would say here would be, is your phone safe? That is a big thing. Like if we're talking on the Apple realm, I would highly recommend iCloud. This will go over the details of why you should get that, why it's a no-brainer, why literally it's obviously extra cost, but it's well worth it, especially if you were to just bust your phone, lose your phone, bunch of different things. This even helps if you have iCloud set up with the backup feature and you're just getting a brand new phone. You really don't have to sit for hours where the first phone is talking to the second phone, or the old phone is talking to the new phone and trying to transfer all your data, and it takes forever. Back in the day, I remember, just even for family members, parents and other family, I guess extended family, we'd have to sit there. We'd have to plug in the USB cable to the computer, run iTunes, back it up, hopefully you had enough space on your computer, then restore it to another phone, stuff like that. So that's obviously gotten much better now, but then even better now is just backing up to the cloud. And then we're probably going to be coming out with additional videos here on how to lock this down even better. So there's, I guess, the equivalent of something like advanced data protection for Apple that we want to make sure that people start turning on. There's essentially the way to actually lock your stuff out completely while it's sitting in Apple servers and Apple systems. And at that point, they can't even get to your stuff if you do encrypt it properly. So there's a good way to do that. So we'll probably make a video on that. But, anything from this is an awesome one here too. This is if you need to if you belong to any of these supermarkets, pharmacies, you name it, all these like large chains, you could just scan your loyalty card into the app, and then you never have to carry that card again, which I use nonstop. I use it at the grocery store, use it at the pharmacy. It's pretty sweet. So highly recommend you guys checking out these videos and seeing. I mean, there's quite a bit. As you go farther back, maybe I would say that these are some automated videos that are odd and weird sounding, but I would say, starting just maybe 10 videos in, there's a lot of good content here that'll help you kind of, fix up your machine, lock down your machine, make sure that everything looks good. So be aware of that. So, and if there's anything else here, I know we don't have many people on, but if there's anything that you guys have to ask, let me know. And if not, we'll wrap up pretty quickly, pretty soon. Okay, it looks like it about sums it up. Looks like we're pushing, man. We almost got to 5 concurrent viewers, so I guess it's better than 0, but we're at a low amount for I guess this work, but we'll get there. I know we got to start somewhere, so it happens when we don't do many live streams, but that is what it is. So if there's anything else, let me know. Otherwise, I think that's all set. We're actually over a 1 hour mark now. It looks like, and I guess that about sums it up. Well, I appreciate you guys, whoever jumped on and watched, and we'll see. We'll definitely have some more live streams and more videos coming out soon. So be aware of that, and let me know if in the comments anytime. Let me know how it looks, and let me know if there's any other videos or topics you'd like, and we appreciate it. Have a good one.